Hi everyone, I would like to share a story about how I first encountered to the Bible in China. Once, when I was just a young student in the primary school, we had a foreign English teacher who introduced something extraordinary to our class. So amidst our English lessons, he would occasionally quote passages from Bible sometimes. This was the first time I've learned about the Bible. It was my enlightenment of Christianity. So for me, it was both fascinating and frightening. You see, in China, we are the state champions atheism, so my Christian faith is viewed by a great suspicion. The Chinese Communist Party has harshly labeled Christianity and Catholicism as cults. And how about the Bible? They called it a book of cults. So if they find a Bible in your school bag, it wasn't just hidden away. It would be confiscated and burned, and they try to erase its words from our presence. Yet, in these brief moments in class, the words of Bible seemed to offer me a different narrative, one hope and light. And I remember one passage our teacher shared from the Gospel of John 1 verse 5. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has no overcome it. So this verse struck a chord in me amid a fear and shadows that casted by prohibition and persecution. It whispered of resilience, a persistent light that no darkness could quench. So as I grew, so did my curiosity, and my faith, nurtured by those stolen moments with biblical verses that promised something beyond the immediate, something internally beautiful. The story of our foreign English teacher took a dramatic turn when he decided to give each of us a personal Bible. He had ordered a whole bunch of Bible, eager to share the scripture that he held dear. However, those Bibles never made it into our hand. They were seized by the custom right at the border. And not long after, Chinese National Security Bureau began to dig into his background, and it turned out he wasn't just any foreign teacher, he was also a missionary. And once his identity was revealed, he was swiftly deported, leaving behind a classroom of bewildered students and a community that had just started to glimpse a different perspective. However, the consequences didn't end with his departure. There's very few Bibles that had made it to some of my classmates were confiscated and destroyed, a bonfire of lost knowledge. And our Chinese English teacher, who had dared to use the Bible story as an example in our lessons alongside him, was faced a harsh fate. So she was arrested and brutally imprisoned, a stark reminder of risks associated with even the slightest deviation from the official line. As I grew older, I came to understand the broader, more distressing pattern of persecution. The CCP wasn't just dealing with individual missionaries or confiscating Bibles. They were systematically reforming, arresting, and often torturing countless Christians across China. So it was chilling realization of the lengths to which government would go in enforce conformity or even suppress any form of spiritual dissent. Reflecting on these events, the words of Psalm 23 came to my mind, a stark contrast to the darkness we faced. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod, your staff, they comfort me. So this scripture become a beacon of hope, reminding us that even in the face of severe trials, we were not alone.